Yes, to pay for your...
Từ ta còn chưa có ba má thằng
I don't know if we can hear properly. Is that okay for the people at the very end of the room or not? Yes? All good? Yeah, I see some hands. Okay, good. So I can see that we are still welcoming some people. So we're gonna start in 1 minute. 59. 58. Yeah? Okay, great.
And today we are celebrating an important academic success. You are about to successfully graduating your master's degree in social sciences. This, yeah, right. Give your This is, as I think, not just an ordinary master's degree, for it does not only provide you with an advanced degree of academic knowledge, but beyond that, with a lot of other competences, which are related to the structure and the essence of the Global Studies program. I'm now going to point out some of these skills which are a significant part of the program. First, GSP study in at least 3 places on 3 different continents with very different academic cultures. That requires sophisticated organizational talents and the ability to structure oneself. To find friends within the batch who are prepared to help oneself handing in the right documents filled out correctly does of course also count as self-organization. But beyond your own self-organization, within the scope of the program, unfortunately you had to stand and deal with the rigidity of visa requirements. Some of you were more affected than others. Second, the internationality of your GSP batch, and maybe even more the different academic cultures required from you the ability to change your perspectives in your daily life as much as in the various academic approaches taught in the partner universities. And if that would not be already enough, GSP combines no less than 4 academic disciplines. It is a great achievement to know how to approach a research topic from different perspectives. In your case, a sociological one, an anthropological one, a cultural, geographical, and a political perspective. Third, far away from so-called desk researchers, you were able to obtain some theoretical and practical experiences. And the different internships you presented to the audience in the forum really quite impressed me. This leads me to the 4th point. It was a pleasure to accompany you so many to accompany you, which are so many interesting and motivated people. You really seem to make use of the spaces within the program where you have had the possibility to follow your own ideas. Last but not least, what you have learned in Freiburg, Cape Town or Buenos Aires, New Delhi or Bangkok has led to very diverse and interesting research topics. To give everyone here a survey of the challenging topics you dealt with over the last month, I will now recall the titles of your thesis for the topics. And please forgive if I do not pronounce the last name right, because in the course of the study we were working with the first names. So I'm trying my best. Zeynep Aydar, The Mobility of the Talent, The Case of Turkish Musicians in Germany. Marlene Baldeweg-Rauer, Spaces of Encounter and Togetherness, a case study of Zusammencafé in Freiburg. Javier Alberto Cedeño Barreiro, How do transcultural experiences interrelate with academic mobility? The case of non-European PhD students in Freiburg, Germany. Burley Cordero, Political Unrest in Nicaragua and the Coffee Value Chain. Catherine D. Roseby, Transnational Environmental Crimes and Their Impact on International Security. Securitizing Ivory Poaching, a Progressional Analysis of Discourse Construction. Andrea Echeverria Fernandez, Pro-Migration Informal Support Network in Spain, Grassroots Collectives in Madrid and Cadiz. Merlin Leander Fleig, Perceptions of Cooperation in a Transnational Network, a case study on the Managing Global Governance Academy. Jacqueline Fluellen, Climate Science and Social Science Approaches. Santiago Eran Inurigaro, Language Evolves from Encounters, Historical and Cultural Meanings of the Spanish Language in Mexico. Megan Kelly, Don't Just Rope, Be a Hero. Violence, Gatekeeping and Identity in Online Inkle Forums. Juan Fernando Larco, Rethinking Emancipation in Latin America, UNASUR as an Alternative Path for the Decolonial Project. Selene Mariano, Cosa Nostra, Beyond the All-Italian Paradigm, a cultural and historical analysis of the displacement on the Sicilian Mafia. Austin Metheny, Youth Council and Environmental Citizenship, the changing face of citizenship practices through participation in the Youth Council of the Baden-Württemberg Sustainability Strategy. Alexandra Militz, Man Seminar, a case study of masculinities in Germany. Andrea Montelillo Barandiga, of Women, Action and Screens, an exploratory look at feminist contemporary political subjectivities and performances in a case study of Indigo. Aurora Suset Munoz, En el Camino, On the Road. Haitian migrants' negotiation of health and mobility along their trajectory through Latin America towards the US-Mexico border from 2016 to 2019. Studies Tijuana in Mexico. Tan Wu Nien, in interdisciplinary analysis of science, policy and society relations within the framework of sustainable development. Nurgul Nusagatova, Developing Sustainable Forest Management in Russia, reviewing fairy tale imagery and perceptions as part of a new complex knowledge approach. Gorka Planchuelo Monier, Localizing Italian Football Fandom, the case of AS Roma's Ultras from the 90s onwards. Aditya Poddar, Bosnia's Generation X, Spaces of Youth, Political Participation in Post-War Bosnia and Herzegovina. Adel Ramdani, to what extent the European Commission's internal bureaucracy creates contradiction on policy outcomes, an analysis of DG, DIYCO and the EU Core Executive. Martin Reichert, Cosmopolitanism and the Arts, an exploratory inquiry towards a disruptive self and other in Augustism. Laura Gabriela Romero Bautista, redefining the role of women and girls as victims of human trafficking, an analysis on the different narratives of empowerment among female survivors of human trafficking and the Daughters Rising NGO in Chiang Mai, Thailand. Julia Ruff, shifting perspectives on agriculture, how young regenerative farmers in South Africa discover the metabolic value in a globalized world. Sophia Zaid, role of social media in the context of social movements. We are almost there. Laura Sanz Corrala, The Displaced Journey of Migrant Mothers, a reflection on transcultural mothering practices. Gabriela Cisniega, New Social Movements in Chihuahua, Urban Hacks of Social Change. Benjamin Stewart, Global Citizenship Education, a case study of Finnish schools. Paul Tran, Sustainable Fisheries in Vietnam, a comparison of the US and the EU regulations as an impetus for reforming Vietnam's seafood industry. Nina Villarreal, #Sustainability, the imaginaries and social constructions of environmental sustainability in digital communications, using modes of persuasion, a comparative study of two multinational FMCG corporations. Tim Winczak, Chinese Foreign Trade Policies and Engagement in International Economic Institutions, an exploration of China's grand strategy towards a new world order. Now, before I finish, some words regarding your batch, the batch 2017. I never get tired of mentioning that every batch and their GSP journey is unique, which has to do with every single one of you, as well as the challenges and obstacles you have encountered in the past 2 years. In the following, I want to point out 3 characteristics which, to me, stand out for your batch. First, unforeseeable obstacles do appear along the way, always. This might be student protests that lead to a shutdown of a university, or changes in the final examination process affecting who's being allowed to supervise and who not. Remarkable was your way of dealing with these obstacles, or the obstacles you have encountered. And that was extremely constructive and respectful. Second, from the beginning until now, you have been the best organized and structured batch I've worked with in the past 7 years. Maybe you can imagine what that means. And how far your good organization is also influenced by your steadily being online and connected via WhatsApp, I can't tell. But I'm sure that it has to do with your outstanding group dynamic, which leads me to the third point. You always appear to me as one group, pointing out the interests of your fellow mates and stepping in for each other. I'm sure that inside your batch, you were negotiating, disputing, and sometimes struggling with each other. And it would have been almost abnormal if that would not have been the case. But to me, you had right from the beginning well-marked intercultural skills, as well as the ability and the will to change the perspectives and to understand and respect each other and each other's alterity. Or you simply agreed on the principle, what happens in the group stays in the group. Because of your unique batch, I have to say, it really is a pity that it was not possible for me to conduct a course during your first semester. Finally, I think that you really did a clever move in engaging in global studies. With a choice to become an expert for questions related to globalization, I bet that you can be quite sure never to lose your field of research and expertise. It will not disappear or lose its relevance, at least not in the near future. So actually, you should not have to worry to find a job. I wish you all the best for the coming years, and I look forward to hearing from you in which challenging and interesting positions you will end up. Thank you.
I have only a joint speech, so I thank very much to my tandem partner who will translate my little speech, and I hope you will not forget the University of Freiburg, and you will return to us every 2 years when we have an alumni meeting. But now I will present you our network. Alumni Freiburg wurde 1997 in Freiburg, gegründet an der Universität und es war die erste Alumni-Organisation in Deutschland an deutschen Universitäten.
The alumni was founded in 1997 in the University of Freiburg, and it was the very, very first alumni network in Germany.
Und 1997 gründeten wir den ersten Alumni Club in Japan.
And in 1997 as well, there was founded the first alumni club in Japan.
(1998) gründeten wir den Förderverein Alumni Freiburg, der eben Studierende unterstützt. Die Mittel, die wir einsammeln, werden nicht für Forschungsprojekte der Professoren gesammelt, sondern für Projekte der Studierenden.
And 1 year later, in 98, I don't know if there's a word, but you would probably say the Friends of the Alumni Freiburg were founded. And the financial resources that were acquired in this club were only for students and not for projects by professors.
2000 hatten wir schon ein erstes Spendenprojekt, das Fachschaftshaus auf dem Schauinsland, den Lehrpavillon. Das ist ein wunderschöner Pavillon auf unserem Hausberg, dem Schauinsland, wo man dann im Freien arbeiten und lernen kann.
In 2000, there was the first big donation project, which has a German title. It was the teaching pavilion on Schauinsland, and Schauinsland is a big mountain just outside of Freiburg. I think it's actually basically part of Freiburg, and that's where you could sit outside and teach and learn and study.
2008 wurde die Stiftung von Alumni Freiburg gegründet.
And in 2008, the Alumni Foundation was founded.
Was bieten wir? Wenn Sie mit uns in Kontakt bleiben, bieten wir Ihnen aktuelle Informationen über die Universität. Wir laden Sie zu Alumni-Meetings alle 2 Jahre hier in die Universität ein und wir hoffen, dass Sie aus allen Ländern wieder zu uns nach Freiburg kommen. Wir vermitteln Experten. Wir suchen auch nach Kommilitonen. Wenn Sie Ihre Kommilitonen einmal verloren haben, helfen wir Ihnen gerne bei der Suche. Und wir vermitteln auch wissenschaftliche Weiterbildung. Außerdem gibt es auch noch Veranstaltungen unserer Clubs, denn wir haben weltweit Clubs.
So the offers of the alumni are, first of all, there is always updated information about the university in their media. There are, every 2 years, there are alumni meetings in Freiburg, and so she pointed out that she would be very happy to see some of us there. They connect you with experts, and maybe the most important, they also, if someone of us is lost, they find them. So when you ever lose when we lose one of our batch, then they will find them. And they also do scientific training and events in their clubs, and these clubs exist all over the world.
Sehen Sie das weltweite Alumni-Club-Netzwerk? Wir haben das nicht nur in Deutschland, in verschiedenen Regionen, sondern auch weltweit. Das heißt, wenn Sie jetzt hier von der Universität weggehen und hier sozusagen aus dem universitären Nest fallen, dann finden Sie ein neues Nest in unseren weltweiten Alumni-Clubs.
So there is a worldwide network of alumni clubs, not only in Germany but also everywhere in the world. So the USA, Latin America, Far East in Asia, and in Cameroon as well. So if you fall out of the university nest now, you can fall into a new nest in one of these clubs all over the world.
Jetzt stelle ich einiges vor, was unser Förderverein fördert. Es ist so, wenn Sie später mal viel verdienen und viel zu viel Geld haben und überlegen, was Sie damit machen könnten, dann empfehle ich Ihnen unsere Studierenden. Und das machen Sie am besten über die Mitgliedschaft bei Alumni Freiburg. Der Förderverein sammelt die Mittel ein für die Studierenden. Und wir fördern zum Beispiel die Deutschlandstipendien, das sind Stipendien für Studierende. Wir vergeben Alumni-Preise für Absolventen und Absolventinnen. Wir unterstützen beispielsweise Exkursionen auch, damit die Preise nicht so hoch sind. Und wir vergeben auch jährlich den Alumni-Preis für soziales Engagement, also für Studierende, die etwas geleistet haben, was eigentlich nie durch ein Zeugnis honoriert wird.
So if you ever in your life encounter that you have too much money, you can become a member of the Friends of the Alumni of Freiburg. And so with this money, there is certain projects that are being funded. So the first one is the Germany Scholarship, which is a scholarship for students. Then there is the alumni, do you say prizes? Alumni awards for graduates, and yeah, for graduates. They fund also field trips. And there is a yearly alumni award for social social work, social participation, that they also fund as well.
Und ich habe aber auch für alle heute, die hier sind, etwas mitgebracht, nämlich unseren Alumni-Stand, der Sie heute erwarten sollte. Hier können Sie an unserem Stand ein Abschiedsfoto machen mit Hut und Talar, dass Sie ein Geschenk von der Uni Freiburg mitnehmen. Und wir haben noch ein ganz kleines Präsent dann auch an unserem Stand. Also es lohnt sich, kommen Sie beim Stand vorbei und später werden Sie Mitglied, bitte, und fördern Sie Studierende.
And today she also brought the alumni stand, and this is where you can take a picture, a photo, with or without these robes, as these scarves and hats. And they very, very would like many of us to become a member of the alumni in order to fund future projects for future students.
Thank you very much and have a good time here in Freiburg.
When it was first confirmed that we'd be speaking in front of you all today, we did what anyone with a master's in social sciences would have done. We Googled the best graduation speeches of all time. We found about 20 speeches and put together the best bits and pieces. Then we used an online thesaurus to change the keywords and phrases to avoid any potential plagiarism. Without making further references to anyone's thesis, we want to start by thanking everyone here for taking their time out, for traveling miles to cherish such a special day. A day which is meant to be spent in warm circles.
You have been such an incredible support, and we're so lucky to have you. Thanks to our professors and GSD office for working for this amazing program and taking us through these amazing paths of knowledge. And a big shout out, of course, to the true.
Stand up.
I'm here.
Adele, beautiful. I have some words for you as well as a diploma. La vida es una lenteja. That simple phrase says a lot about this next person, first person. Always, even during long hikes, kept the etiquette, jacket and formal pants. He gave more than once to many of us a true advice and helps us to smile in the hard moments. He is someone with a bright, brilliant, and incredible future and present, if I can add. I will not be surprised if he is the next person shaping the political decisions in the European Union. For Juanfer, it is an honor to be the one to give him the diploma, even if from the distance. Adel Ramdani. A true friend and an incredible person. Congratulations.
Thank you, Juanfer. You're not there, but there must be someone filming this, so hopefully. I'm going to give the next diploma to someone who not only is a friend, but has become really like a brother to me, because we have had so many discussions, so many debates, and we couldn't agree on anything. But still, the thing we learned from our discussions is that as long as we share values and principles, it doesn't matter if you don't agree on all the ideas. So I'd like to give this next diploma to Benjamin Stewart. There he is, very lazy. Takes his time to come.
Okay, can you hear me? Alright, thank you, Adele. That was very sweet. The next person who I will announce, he's a bit of a caretaker, okay? If you aren't feeling well and you need some magic herbs that you can't understand but you know will work, you go to this guy. If you want to plan a week-long trip to Brussels for a random astronomy conference, or even if you don't want to, you go to this guy and he'll have it all sorted out for you. He's a special someone who, in one way or another, I know I can speak for you when I say we've all become quite fond of him. And he's a guy who, whenever you face some adversity and things get a little rough, you know that he's a steady hand and he'll always be there for you. Alright, so in case you don't know who I'm talking about, I can give you another hint. The V is for Vietnam, and the U is for you and me.
Thank you, Ben, and for everybody who have been working so hard to organizing this. Yes, I have some few words to all of us. So new journeys are calling, so let's get ready to take off, and best of luck. Xin cảm ơn. Thank you very much. Then, all right, 30 seconds, right? Next person is what we talk about when we talk about the recipe for Santiago de Mexico. Several languages, a pinch of business, maybe a little bit of good food all around the world. Whatever the recipe is, do not forget interesting advices for life and a good glass of white wine. So families and friends, ladies and gentlemen, Santiago Edran Inudri Gadro.
Hi, everyone. Well, I will give this message in Italian, so you might have an idea already. Dirò questo messaggio in italiano, dato che è la lingua di questa persona e della sua famiglia. Amica, questa è stata un'esperienza unica, che decisamente non sarebbe stata la stessa senza di te. E non ho parole sufficienti. Grazie per tante risate, tutte le foto, i viaggi, i consigli, le passeggiate, il tuo supporto incondizionato e le nostre lamentele quotidiane. Grazie anche per le lezioni di italiano. Il tuo potenziale è enorme, Sede. Ricorda sempre che sei capace di fare tutto quello che vuoi. Sarò sempre qui e ti voglio bene.
I assure you it was a very nice speech, even though you didn't understand, but it made me very emotional already. So I want to give the next diploma to my very, very great friend Nina. Well, Nina, what am I gonna say? Like, you are, first of all, well, a great person, a companion of adventures. Clearly, we survived, let me tell you. And a long life best friend. Well, if you want to come up on stage, well, you made this experience very incredible, and you are like the part of a very big part of my greatest memories, and I hope there will gonna be other memories yet to come. And yeah, where is the diploma?
In front of everybody, so I'm going to present our next lady, who is a leading lady. She not works hard for herself, but she also works hard for others. And wherever she goes, fun follows. And there's always going to be lots of laughs, and it's kind of hard not to love her. So Burley, please come up and get your diploma. Alright, so the next person speaks 5 languages and just has an absolutely formidable intellect. And she would be an incredibly intimidating person if she wasn't so absolutely adorable, warm, kind, and friendly, and open. She can always be counted to enjoy a good meal and to have a good laugh. Nudi, please come up.
Hi everyone. I am quite emotional and wearing high heels, so I am about to faint a little bit. I'm happy to present one of the best students of our batch, the person with incredible level of emotional intelligence, who is always there for anyone to support with either academic advice or personal support. The person with high level of organizational skills. Just look around, everything was done under her supervision. Yeah, the best travel buddy and my dearest friend, Aurora Munoz. Where are you? Okay. Thank you, everyone. Okay. So, this next person loves to dance, is an excellent selfie taker, has an enviable attention to detail, and I got to know her better during her semester in Buenos Aires. We explored museums together and danced to de-stress. I want to thank you for infecting me with some of your outgoing nature during that semester. And I think that we all want to thank you for always giving us all the information that we need so quickly. You helped me in make my time in Argentina richer and all of our experience in GSP smoother. So, Zainab, please come up and get your diploma.
crowded, I couldn't see from there. But yeah, so in 2017, early April, some of us arrived really early to Freiburg before the program had started. And one of the evenings, only 6 of us or something like that decided to meet. And that's where I met her. And the first thing we talked about was Turkey, and that she lived and worked in my hometown, which is not Istanbul, by the way. And how coincidence was that? And that made a huge connection between us. And in that person you can recognize the kindness and the friendliness from her face. And through her friendship you can also experience her amazing personality. Even though she speaks so fast all the time, I can assure you will enjoy the warm conversations with her. I am so honored to give the diploma to Megan.
I'll try to speak slowly now. To my weird twin in weird ways, a roommate, a friend, and a sister, always ready to cook something delicious, tell a dad joke, or plan an adventure. Your good humor, charm, and enthusiasm for life have made every semester of this program unforgettable, whether we live one door down from each other or countries apart. It has been an honor getting to know you, and I'm so happy to be your friend. From Devil's Peak to visas to finishing theses, I'm so excited to meet the next challenges life throws at us together, and in awe of your determination, no matter what. To Marlene Baldwin-Rao, come get your diploma.
It's admirable to see the many roles this next person fulfills so successfully. A supportive friend, a loving partner, a caring daughter, a very, very, very proud dog mom, and most importantly, yourself. Your unapologetic dancing in Zumba or at the bar has a ripple effect and smiles and for others to dance with confidence and freedom. Your questions and constructive feedback in class pushes all of us to think deeper and harder. Your emotional intelligence and openness creates a safe space for exploration, vulnerability, and reflection. Thank you for your passion, empathy, and for being a guiding light and accepting oneself. Please come on up, Jacqueline Poulet.
All right. So this incredibly strong woman wrote her thesis in an arm sling with screws in her elbow. In fact, she was laughing as a tractor carried her out of the fields when her bike crashed. Without her wit, dance moves, and shoulder to cry on, GSP would not have been the same. She offered solace and safety in a time when I really needed it in Argentina. Andrea, come on up.
Okay, well, it's so beautiful to me to hand her diploma to someone I started this journey with and who has become a sister, like a real sister, along these 2 years. One of the best things that this master's has given me has been her, for sure. Laura, you are so inspiring, dedicated, authentic, and convincing, and I'm so sure that the way you look at the world is gonna make it a much better place. And I'm super hopeful that you're gonna be out there working for all of us. Siéntete muy orgullosa de quién eres, de tu sensibilidad, de tu humanidad, que has llevado contigo, que nos ha acompañado a todos y que estoy segura que llevarás a todos los lados.
give a few hints on adjectives this person, and it's a male, that he has. He's a hero. He's a savior. He's a multitask person for sure. He's a very perfectionist person as a German. And he always has a bright, big smile on his face. He was an GSP driver and magician. He is basically the one everybody would pick up as a partner in a desert or lonely island. Marlene, come here, please.
Oh, there's a lot of people here. Yeah, the next person I'm going to address, my dear chicken malai tikka boy. We spent hours together, not in the way most people would maybe think in the library somewhere. We had a more solid relationship. We were touching rocks, we were climbing, we were basically dancing on the rocks. We had a beautiful time and we were super thankful to have spent all those hours with you there and have all the inspiration of you and the beauty, the aesthetics of moving through this journey together. Austin, Martini.
Okay, I'm gonna stick to my script because I have the lucky seat over here and you can't see me crying behind me. So this is for my schmoops, the ever humble, handsome, and heartful German, whose yawns make you laugh, who thinks before he acts, and who would prefer this last line not to rhyme because it's more interesting and artsy. Martin Reichardt.
The person I'm handing the diploma to has shaped my experience in this master's in a very special way. Not only have we been studying together in Freiburg and Bangkok, but I was grateful to also work on very, very challenging topics with this person. This person is smart, critical, open and honest, funny, and I enjoyed her company in these projects so much. Not only in these projects, but also in also over coffee when we just kept talking for hours. We yeah, you see, I'm like completely lost. I appreciated her perspective in these projects and also outside these projects that always left me surprised, enriched and inspired. And finally, thank you, Sophia, for all the chai, the dosa and the chana masala that I could enjoy throughout the past years. Thank you.
Okay, thank you so much, Martin. I think I'm really emotional. I think all of us are. So the next person that I'm gonna hand in the diploma to is someone I always knew just like from the distance, someone who's always smiling, someone who's bringing a lot of positivity to the group. But until I worked with him last 3 months as a GSP mentor, that I realized that he has so much more to him. There's a new, deeper layer to his personality that I learned through this experience of working with him. And I found him so much full of energy, always ready to do things, so reliable all the time. You just ask him and he just get everything ready. He's so creative from all the, you know who you are, from all the trivia questions to all the GSP Heart Week and activities. He was just so creative. Your passion is so unmatched and your energy is infectious. And I really enjoyed working with you last 3 months. And if Jacqueline really allows me, I want to say you're the best mentor that the new GSP batch could really ask for. So Javier.
So, okay, can you hear me? Yeah. So this is to Alexandra Militz, or dear Alex, who is so good at connecting with each and every one of us at the most simple and yet profound level. She's one of the most empathetic, sensitive and cheerful people I've met in my whole life. Alex, where are you? I wanted to look at you, okay. I truly believe we all as GSP owe you a lot to you. For your ability and disposition to connect, to bond and to help build a family out of this group of people. And foremost, thank you for embodying and exemplifying the meaning of a true friend. Come to the stage.
Andrea, you make me cry now. So, dear Tim, you not only have the talent to remember all of Stellenbosch's vineyards, you can spot giraffes in thick bushes while basically being asleep. You also lead very smart and heated discussions while driving down a garden route. And you also managed to write a challenging application process and a thesis at the same time and succeed. I'm very happy that we have met and that we have become such good friends. Congratulations, Timoteo.
Thank you, Alex. The next person I would like to call to this stage is someone who gave an incredible speech just a couple of minutes ago. Man, that was incredible, that was so awesome. And he's one of the people I met very early in this program and one of the very first friends I made in this program. Till this day, I'm happy to call you a good friend of mine, and despite the fact that we were choosing the very opposite destinations, I knew, like, once we come back to Freiburg, it's going to be like no time has passed. You're a very eager person, you're a very smart person, you have abilities that make me believe you're going to make it far in life. You have the ability to mention things and point out weaknesses in people's argumentations, whereas other people wouldn't mention that. And I'm happy to call you my friend Aditya. Please come to the stage.
Thanks, Tim. Next up is someone who is a bundle of energy, who always seems to be in a mess, but we all know she'll make it through comfortably. Not because of good luck, but because of perseverance and positivity. She's a good friend of mine, so congratulations, Gabby, on graduating today.
Thank you for that. I'm gonna call the next person. She was like a sister for me. I'm gonna define her in 2 words. Let's think environment and
discipline and energy. Okay, the 3 words. Jules, we've been living together, making a wall out of boxes, sharing an apartment for 1 person, and sleeping on the floor on the mattress, and enjoying and sharing different moments, thinking about life. Und hier sind wir, Jules, nach vielen Gedanken, Entscheidungen, Flüge, Matratzen auf dem Boden, Projekten. Ich bin so froh, dass wir zusammen in Thailand waren, dass wir hier so weit gekommen sind. Also, hier dein Diplom.
Okay, so the next message I have, thank you, Gabby. The next message I have is actually more a question to a very special person, and I would like to have Paul Tran to the stage already. Where is he? Are you like around the corner? Paul? So Paul, yeah, please come to the stage, just next to me. Don't be shy. Like he's acting really shy now, but he's not. Okay, just Dear Paul, I'm nervous, don't be nervous. Okay, dear Paul, okay, give me your hand, maybe. Do you want to dance with me?
A million times yes.
Because I remember my first night in Bangkok, and we danced like all night long in the Thai club. And we had like so much fun that they actually had to push us from the dance floor. we wouldn't leave. So yeah, and I really love like you move your hips, you know that. But I also love what is also coming out from your mouth, because this guy really makes us laugh like always, like every day, and we really, I think we all agree that he should have actually his own comedy show. And GSP, it's a ticket to everywhere, so think about it. Oh, yeah.
Technical problem.
I don't know how to follow up with that. But wow, it's my pleasure actually to introduce the next person. You actually already know this person. I don't need to say much. He's funny, he's kind, and he's an amazing, amazing human being. Gorka, some say he is the heart and soul of our GSP batch. He is the friendliest person I know, and he was there for my best moments, but also my lowest points, and I will never forget that. I just want to say that I know he treats his new friends like his old friends. Come to the stage, Gorka.
Thank you very much, Paul. After that we can dance tonight and juice. Yeah, and also the person I'm gonna give the diploma to was actually the first person I ever seen in GSP, and she didn't see me, as usual. She didn't see me, and it was in Easter, in 2017, we didn't start the program, and in history in Freiburg there is nothing, not even pigeons, nothing. It's quiet, beyond that. And I saw someone going to the registration office, and it was closed, and he was like, "Pero joder, ¿qué te pasa?" And when I saw that, I saw that Spanishness, whatever does that mean, and this person is gonna be a very good friend, I think. I think so. I mean, I was with my mom holding hands, and I saw her, I was like, I don't know her. Nowadays, in Spain, she's my neighbor. In Freiburg, she's a friend. In Berlin, she's my landlord. And I don't know, Andrea, if you could give only a quarter of your energy to all of us, it will be more than enough. Thank you, Andrea.
Oh my God, this was very intense. I'm so lucky that actually I don't need to say something from my mouth because yeah, sorry, I have to admit it. Yeah, your diplomas. So okay, wait. A ver, no, this is now. Wait, 1 second. We need some time to get back to real life. 1 second. Okay, then, now, yes. No, for Juanfer. Yeah, for Juanfer. For Gabi. For Gabi. Well, in the meanwhile, we can... No. I'm gonna give the, well, theoretically...
Because 2 people are missing and we didn't know how to organize it.
You can come here.
Okay.
Yeah.
So, what happened?
Okay.
Hablo para Juanfer, ¿vale?
Okay, so, but you explain, no? So the thing is, we have 2 people missing because they couldn't make it from the ocean, over the ocean, from Mexico and Ecuador. So we are very much missing their absence. And then Gorka is going to say some words to Juanfer, and we are going to give him like...
Yeah. So
spiritually.
Juanfer also couldn't come because he got married. So I think we are cheering for that, no? I thought so. Okay, so Juanfer, these words are from Gabi. So this missing person should have gotten his diploma first, once he was the first and only one so far who really finished this master's. But I don't understand the handwriting. Okay. But he has a good excuse to miss his graduation since he got married to the lovely Alicia 2 weeks ago. We wish him, no? What is that word? We wish them good, all the best.
We wish them all the best and happiness.
I don't understand that.
We wish them all the best that you wrote. We wish them all the best and happiness together, and can't wait until they come back with us, as the president of Ecuador, Latin America. Congratulations to Peter, Juanfer, and Alicia.
I think to make it easier, Juanfer, thanks to him, we know a lot more about Ecuador. We know a lot more about Quito, but it goes hand in glove. About UNASUR, I'm pretty sure everybody can talk about UNASUR. And also about deconstructing what has been constructed since the construction of the deconstructivism.
Okay, and now I hope somebody recorded this. Oh my God. Oh, thank you very much. Okay, and now I'm going to read very beautiful words that are, well, actually I shouldn't be reading them. Yes, I will let the person who wrote this to read it. For Gabriela Cisniega. whose diploma is actually here. Yeah.
For Gabby, walking through a city with Gabby is to see a city with fresh eyes. Even if you've seen that city 100 times before, with her architectural eye and her adventurous heart, she can tell you the significance of every little design and tell the hidden story of any neighborhood. Her joie de vivre, willingness to always grab a beer, and passion for how people interact with the cities and spaces around them have been treasures for this GSP experience. Wish you were here. Yeah.
If I am allowed to, she would be the only person coming to the airport to pick you up in Bangkok, even if she's missing the getting together. Well, not the only one. Also another Gabby. Yeah, go Gabby. Okay. Now the next thing, wait, this is getting very long. The next thing is the group photo. Yeah, this is meant to be. Okay, so then also.
Now we have to take a picture. I mean, I don't know if someone can take. What is
Okay, everybody, please go back to your seats. This is not over, I'm sorry, but it's not still 6. 5, it's not still 5. We're almost over. Yes, no, lo digo yo. Pues.
Photo booth? Yeah. Okay. Okay, so just a couple of minutes more, please. Just a couple of minutes. I know it's been a long ceremony, a lot of beautiful speeches. And now, what's next? So the idea is, this is Herman Cafe? Herman. Okay, Herman Cafe is a very